Well, hey y'all. Yep, it's the one and only. The Rip One Outdoors. We out for an evening ride. It's a beautiful sunny day. Turn that rear view camera on before we get on Ridge Road. Ooh, them brakes sound terrible. We are going to Walgreens, y'all. Getting across old Alligator Bridge here. Somebody roll that intro. All right, we back with you. Yeah, the equipment of the day is the Magicycle Deer. We grabbed it just because we wanted to. It's kind of like old Justin Wilson, old Cajun from down there around South Louisiana. He'd cook, he'd tell a story. He'd say, somebody asked him, said, "You Stan, what kind of wine should I have with fish?" And he said, I always told him, just get the one that you like. So, using Juice Stan's lesson there, I just grabbed the one that I like. But I like all of them. So, I like the Ocelot, I like the Magicycle Cruiser, and I like the Deer. But the one that fits me best. Oh man, let me explain fits me. The Magicycle Cruiser, it fits me good. I got the seat set up just right. Everything fits good. But you know what I like about the Deer over the Magicycle Cruiser? In fact, I'll pick the Cruise. I'll pick the Deer any day. Why? Why you think? Because I can step my old aching legs through it. I can't step through that Magicycle Cruiser. I've harped on that ever since I had it. I love the bike. But now that I've got the Deer and I can step through the Deer, have I fallen out of love with the Cruiser? No, but I don't love it as much anymore, I can tell you that. Yeah, we're going to Walgreens, y'all. I got to pick up some prescriptions. We're just going to take our time, enjoy this pretty sunny day. We got a cruising speed of 18.6 miles per hour, and I kind of like the way that feels on my legs. I got a good little tension there. So we like it. We'll leave it like that. We hope everybody's healthy, happy, and well, as we always say. The weather is just so beautiful right now. I don't know how to describe it. It's in the 50s in the mornings, and by lunchtime it's in the around 65. I don't know. I don't know how much better you can get than that. If you ask me, it's a 10. Well, let's talk about Billy Wayne a minute. I talked to Billy Wayne, he told me, he said, a lot of traffic today. I don't know. You know, Ridge Road don't never have that much traffic on it. But yeah, I talked to Billy Wayne. I asked him if he killed him a turkey. He said, yeah, he got him a big one. He carried that turkey out of the woods on his Magicycle Cruiser in the basket. I thought that was pretty cool. So I told him, I said, I noticed I hadn't been seeing your truck over there by where all the digging equipment's at. He said, I don't work during turkey season. And he didn't stutter when he said that. I said, okay. And he don't work during turkey season. Must be nice, huh? Talking about that, working during a season. I remember one time, this was back in the 70s, I guess. They had a school project going on up there where my daughter teaches at, up at Pearl River Central. And the biggest part of a school project is laying the blocks. And they had a contractor, I don't know where he was from, whatever, maybe out of Hattiesburg, but he had hired some of them wedge head pintons. Now I call them wedge head, and I'm not being ugly towards them because they call, hey, that's what they refer to them as, but they're a family of pintons that does block laying, brick laying. That's about all the family done. Laid up in brick, laid up in blocks. Well, they had some of them wedge head pintons was doing the block laying on the school. And all of a sudden the school project come to a halt. And the contractor just kind of lollygagging around. And the school board had an emergency meeting. I'll never forget it. They had an emergency meeting to try to determine what happened to the project. Why has it come to a complete stop when they're trying to beat the school year, you see? They're trying to get in the new school before school start back or whatever. Or before a new year started. And they was running behind on their schedule. Every project has a schedule. And they have to adhere to that schedule unless it's some kind of an act of God, weather related or something like that. If not, they'll be charged damages on the contract. Every day it's late, they have to pay damages for that. Contractor does. And come to find out, they reported, I'll never forget it, the Picayune Item reported it. Said the reason they said the project come to a stop because of deer season. Deer season had started, and them wedgehead pintons, they like Billy Wayne with the turkey hunting, they wasn't gonna work during deer season. Anyway, they got enough air to get started back on it somehow, but I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, y'all, it's still pretty and green. Don't seem like it's as green as it was the other day I was over here. I don't know, it's still pretty good. Nice. I was gonna go out at lunchtime today, but I elected to cut grass. I tell you what, we got some grass there to cut there at the house. And if you don't stay with it, well, you just gotta stay with it. That's all it is to it. Look out, rabbit. Somebody run over a rabbit. Yep, you gotta stay with that grass. I got a finish mower Actually, Mickey kind of give it to me or loaned it to me or whatever. It's one he don't need anymore. He don't have a tractor to pull it. But I got a 6-foot finish mower I pulled behind that John Deere, and that thing will cut some grass. But when you get around the house and all there, it's kind of too big for that. A lot of the trees, a lot of the magnolia tree there, they got low hanging limbs, and you can't run that John Deere around now. Oh, KBR. Dirt hauling. Listen to them tires singing, huh? Okay, y'all, back with you. Let's slow her down a little bit through here in case somebody walks out in front of us. I wouldn't want to run over nobody. Well, I'd like to have them metal racks right there. I could use me some of that. Build me some racks in my shed. Anyway, we're going behind Walmart. It's actually safer going behind here. I try to avoid all that traffic out front of Walmart, because these people trying to get out of parking places and all, and they'll back out. Y'all know the routine. They'll back out in front of you. Only thing we got to watch for through here, we don't want to run over none of these people that's loading up these cars. This is where we pick up our groceries at. It's really a good service, I can tell you. Yeah, the pickup, my wife come and got ours today. But yeah, it's a good service, I tell you. Anytime you can keep me from having to go in Walmart, and hey, that makes a better day for me. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that little bit of drone footage there. Yeah, I still got a lot to learn about that little drone. But we're learning it, just like I'm learning this DJI mic. Been experimenting a little bit with it. Still a lot I gotta learn about it. Y'all, we're gonna act like we're a car. We're just gonna fall in right up here behind this little car right here, and we're gonna ease right on across. I got an orange shirt on. Try to wear something just as loud as I can. Yeah, let's ease on across. Walgreens. Come get my medicine. Hey, some of these old country women say medicine. They don't say medicine. They call it medicine. Bless her heart. Yeah, we're gonna come around here and get our medicine, and then when we start back the other way, I'll tell y'all a little story. I got a little story I want to tell y'all, and hey, there ain't no waiting. Okay, y'all. Back with you. All right, we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna we're gonna just motor on across. I didn't record at the window because I want to respect those people's privacy, but the little girl there behind the counter, she was asking me about the bike. How much it costs, what's the questions we usually get asked? How much it costs, how fast will it go, and how many miles will it go? Anyway, I told her watch some of my videos. I told her rip one outdoors with the letter 1. Or number 1 rather. All right, let's ease on across. So far, so good. Y'all, I got to take y'all through the Atchafalaya seafood here. I done been through here one time, I know. But, we come around here and take a picture for the relive out. And I'll tell y'all what, my wife and I have been there twice. And I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. These people's got it going on when it comes to seafood. My wife and I, let's talk about food for a minute. Yeah, my wife and I went there the first time a week or so ago, and I told her, I said, I won't try that for the appetizer. They got something called a macaroni and cheese with crawfish in it. Macaroni and cheese that's had incorporated with pieces of crawfish, and they bread that stuff in breadcrumbs and they fry it up. Now y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. That was about as good as appetizer there as I've ever seen, as I ever had. I don't know why, but I always like to go through here. I said I didn't like to go through there earlier, but yep, that was going to Walgreens. Coming back, I don't know, I like to cut through here. And then we got, let's see what I got. Oh, I got a half and half shrimp and half fish, fried. My wife got some kind of seafood pasta. And then we went Saturday, and I told her, I said, I don't know if I want to go back again Saturday, after we'd been there the previous Saturday. But let me tell y'all something, I could go there every day. That's some fine eating. They got their citrus trees out, flowers and everything. But we went back Saturday and we got shrimp po' boys, both of us. And honestly, we could have got one and split it because it was so much to eat that we come home and had made a supper out of it. Yeah, that's some fine eating right there, y'all. All right, as old Emerald Lagasse at New Orleans cook says, like, kick it up a notch, baby. Kicking in 7th gear. Yeah, let's ride in there. They ain't got the gate closed yet. Slow her down a little bit though. Don't need all that horsepower in here, especially on this gravel road. Y'all know how I am about gravel. Nah, we'll be all right. It's just for you new people that just started viewing our videos. This is a little place that's they have exhibits that's showing some of the plant life and the environment in this area here. This is one of the places where the pitcher plants grow. Y'all familiar with the pitcher plants? I don't know where else they grow. There was a deer right there. Took off. Yeah, I don't know where all the pitcher plants grow in the United States, but they got them all over here. I tell you, it was a big environmental fight whenever Walmart wanted to build back there where they were. See, Walmart used to be back up 43 there, or up Memorial Boulevard. It's a nice little place. I tell you, they get really busy when they start having them. They get really busy when they start having these plant sales and stuff like that. Sometimes they'll have old time demonstrations like blacksmithing and stuff like that. And boy, they get really busy. Anyway, that's the office there. I can't take y'all back in there where all the exhibits are at because they probably don't want me back in there on this bike. But yeah, Crosby Arboretum. Nice little place. But yeah, I was telling y'all about Walmart. Walmart wanted to build over where they at. Well, that was what they call a pitcher plant bog, right there where Walmart was. And well, I guess y'all know who won out on that deal. Big money does. They could have stayed over where they was at. But you know, that's the way they do in every town. Every town you go in, they'll have a small Walmart that will be turned into some kind of a Velvet Elvis flea market or something like that. And then the big Walmart, because they wasn't planning for the future, and then they had to move out to another place and build a bigger one. And they always leave the little one behind, and it turns into whatnot shops and stuff like that. See if we can see that deer again. Look like a young doe. I know y'all probably couldn't see it because I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. Hopefully get to go riding this weekend coming up. But they're calling for a 50% chance of rain. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I talked to Mickey earlier and said, we'll try, but you know, can't do nothing about the weather, that's for sure. All right, let's hop out on Ridge Road here now. All right, we'll cut y'all off and hey, we'll pick back up down around, I don't know, down around the dirt pits or somewhere like that. Let's ride down here by the pasture. I'll probably just end the video here. Probably done got way too long. Gonna tell y'all a little story. There's this engineer came to our plant down in Slidell. I'm an estimator and I work from home, but at the time, this was kind of a few years after Katrina. So, you know, Katrina hit 2006. This has probably been about 2009, 2010, something like that. Corps engineers had a lot of work going on down around the New Orleans area and south of New Orleans. They're trying to build some walls around that city, and honestly, I don't know if they'll ever get it to where it won't flood, but they tried. They spent a gazillion dollars down there, I can tell you that. And we sent a gazillion tons of steel down there. But anyway, we had this engineer. He was working with an old boy who was a good friend of mine, old Jerry Nelson from over around Folsom, Louisiana. And this, like a junior engineer, and he was working down on the same job with Jerry Nelson. Jerry Nelson was a rod buster. He was tying the rebar. But Jerry called me one day, said, "Richard, we got this little young engineer straight out of LSU," and said he is about to worry the horns off a billy goat down here where we're working. I said, "Well, what's he doing, Jerry?" And he said, "He just won't let us alone." He said, "He won't let us do our job." He said, "He's constantly bugging us about why we're doing this and why we're doing that." And he said, "I told them boys." Now, Jerry didn't just start tying rebar. Jerry had been tying rebar for years. And he was one of the most, probably one of your most popular rod busters around. Very, very renowned in the area, in the business. So Jerry told me, said, I told them boys, they working for him, said, "We're going to get him back. We're going to get this guy back somehow." Well, all I know is we were sitting there at the office one day. This is a pretty picture, y'all. I'm gonna turn around and go back and take a picture of these cows. They down in the water. But he said, I'm gonna get that boy back. I said, "What you gonna do?" He said, "I don't know yet." Well, I think it was like a Friday morning. He said, well, it was one Friday morning, we was at work, and there was this little young man stepped up in there. Yeah, this is Alligator Branch, y'all. This is... So, anyway, getting back to the story. There's this young man popped up at work one morning, and he said, "I'm an engineer. I'm working on a certain job that y'all providing the rebar for, and Jerry Nelson's tying it, and said he sent me by here to pick up a piece of equipment." I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, why don't you get you some coffee there? We was in the break room. Get you some coffee, and let's get squared around here, and we'll figure out what you gotta have." And he said, I said, "What was it that he told you to come here and get?" He said, "A rebar stretcher." I said, "Come again?" He said, "A rebar stretcher." I said, "Well," I said, "Jerry sent you after a rebar stretcher." He said, "Yeah." He said, "I don't know what it is." He said, in my schooling, I never heard of no such thing as a rebar stretcher. So I told him, I said, conference room was open. I said, "Brother, come on in the conference room here for just a minute and let's talk." So I got him in there in the conference room, and I told him, I said, "Look, brother, this man has pulled a prank on you." He said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." I said, somebody's greening you." I said, there ain't no such thing as a rebar stretcher." He said, "There's not." I said, No such thing as a rebar stretcher." I said, they have pulled some kind of a joke on you. And he said, well, I guess I'll go back down there and I'll see about Mr. Jerry Nelson. Jerry said apparently that by the time he got back down there with him, he had done work. He had drove his anger, because it was about a 50-mile drive to where he was at. He had drove his anger away, because he said he was laughing when he got out of the truck. Yeah, so there's your engineer for you, straight out of LSU. Come over looking for a rebar stretcher. I told him, I said, we got rebar benders, we got rebar shears, we got rebar couplers. We can make it longer with a coupler by coupling it together, but I said, we can't stretch it. So anyway, I guess the joke was on him, but Jerry got him out of, Jerry said, he told me, he said, Richard, anything to get him out of my hair for just a few hours. He said, we'd have finished that job. He said, that guy's about to worry the horns off a billy goat down there. Worry us to death. Well, y'all, I'm going to stop up here at the old Edmund Fitzgerald. That's a good place to turn y'all loose. If you've watched this whole video up until now, you are the top dog in this world. And I appreciate y'all very much. There's some of them old blue beer cans, y'all. Them old Bud Light. Y'all know what's going on with that. I won't get into that, but I look forward to be quite a few less of them in the ditches around here. So, look, y'all know the routine. I done put all the other stuff up on the screen there. I'm not going to go through all of that, but yeah, we're riding the Magicycle Deer, and yeah, hey, there's all the information you need if you want to look into that, and coupons and everything. Hit that like and that subscribe if you will. If you don't, hey, that's fine. We appreciate y'all watching anyway. Thank y'all for the nice comments and everything. Thank y'all for the new subscribers. Hey, let's keep it growing, y'all. Rip One Outdoors. We'll catch y'all on down the road.